when you live and you find your identity in life and you live in Christ and you are a disciple of Jesus Christ, you are called to live fully alive. And my favorite verse right now, my life verse, is John 10:10. The thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy, but I have come so that they may have life and have it to the full, or have it abundantly, depending on the translation you use. One of the really cool things I had the opportunity to do was that my senior year, one of the things about me is that up until my senior year, I was terrified of roller coasters. Absolutely terrified. Like, it wasn't heights, it was just the fact of roller coasters. It scared me to death. And so my senior year, we took a trip to Dollywood. And my friend was like, hey, you should come on this trip. Like, we're going to go to Dollywood. I was like, I hate roller coasters. Like, I'm not going. He was like, no, bro, you need to go. It's going to be fun. Like, this is our last hurrah. I was like, look, if I'm going all in. If I'm going to pay all that money to walk in the park, I'm going to have to ride. So here's your goal. It's like, you got to get me on the rides. And he's like, okay, I can do that. So I'm sitting in this seat. I'm going down. We end up getting on a roller coaster. I'm scared out of my mind. We ride the first one. I'm like, oh gosh, this is okay. I'm still a little woozy. I feel like I'm about to throw up, pass out altogether. I've only peed like a couple of times. It's fine. So we keep going down the park, and there's this ride called the Fire Chaser. And so everybody's there. Everybody's in line. And I don't understand I'm not patient. I am not a patient person. And so I do not get excited to stand in a line. But there are people literally like, yes, like we're in line. It's like, we're 45 minutes away. No, you're 45 minutes away. You gotta wait 45 minutes in line. So we stood in line. We rode this ride. We got on, and I got on it. We had ridden a previous ride, and so I got on it expecting this to be a really, really awesome ride. We get on it. It's bright. Lights are flashing. It's a firehouse inside. Everything. Sirens are going on. We shoot out. We go out. We go around. Come back. Didn't go upside down. Barely went fast at all. We got off, and I was like, what the heck? It's like, that was awful. It's like, that wasn't even good. It was like, why did we even ride that? He was like, dude, I don't know. I guess everybody was riding it, and so we just had, we had to try it out. So we go next door. There's the best ride, in my opinion, in the park, which is Wild Eagle. Big old blue ride. I'm talking it takes you straight up, and then it kind of goes in a little bit, and then it just flips around, corkscrews, turns around. You end up on the back side of the park, and you black out. It's fine. It's great. I love it. So we get on that ride, and we get off, and we're like, woo! That was legit. We're high-fiving. It's one of those where it has to strap you in. It's got a gel thing and locks in. You know it's about to go down. When it locks it in, and you're sitting there, and it's your feet are dangling. Oh gosh. And so we got done. I'm talking everybody's tears are in their eyes, but it's a good tears. It's from the wind gushing at your face. You have flipped around, turned around. Everybody's excited that you've ridden it. Everybody in line's got this death look on their face, I can't believe I'm about to ride this. But everybody that gets off is high-fiving, that was legit. So we come back. So I get done with Dollywood. We come back with my family and some friends. And I'm like, look, guys, I got it figured out. I'll tell you the stuff to ride. Just trust me, okay? So we go through the park. I've got my friends with me. I'm like, I got this figured out. I'm loving roller coasters now. I'm all in. So we get up to the Fire Chaser, and they're like, oh, man, that looks awesome. It's like, let's ride that. I was like, no, trust me. It's awful. It's terrible. Had a 2-hour wait. I was like, that is a complete waste of time. Just trust me. And they're like, no, come on, that looks legit. It's it's got sirens. It's the track goes all the way back into this house. What is that about? I was like, fine. They just kept on. I was like, you're not going to like it. And so we got on it. Waited the 2 hours, got on the ride, rode it, came back forth, then barely went past, got off. They were like, you were right. It's that was terrible. It's that was awful. Why did we ride that? I was like, I told you. But I was like, just wait. The one next door is the one you want to ride. And so we get in line, and they get in the ride. They strap it. I'm looking over. One of them's got that look on their face, I can't believe I'm doing this. They ride it, and we corkscrew around, flip around, come back, and it's just woo! That was legit. We're high-fiving one another, chest bumping, yeah, we just rode that. Peed 5 times, it's fine. I'm a man. It's cool, I'll admit it. But the really, really cool thing that the Lord began to work in my heart and began to get me to notice, and he honestly and truly, on the way back, walking with my friends, I began to think about, like, this is my life. Like, this is the gospel. Because so many times we walk around life and we see the thing that is flashy, everybody's in line for, and looks so good and looks so awesome. And we stand in line and we may ride the ride, and then we get off and realize that wasn't worth it. That didn't bring me any excitement, any fulfillment. It's like, that was awful. And so many people keep getting in line and getting back in line for the fire chaser when Jesus is looking at us saying, hey, I got something so much better. Come follow me. I've got a ride that's so much better. I've got a life that is full. And you're gonna get off realizing that was the best ride you could ever be on. And that's the life we're called to live. That's what Jesus is calling us to. He's not calling us to live a life that we're just gonna keep riding and realize that, this wasn't even worth it. No, he's calling us to joy. He's calling us to full life excitement, fulfillment in him. All we've got to do is listen to him and understand that we are being called to so much greater than what the world is calling us to. So my question is, what ride are you on? Because I think about the life of Solomon in Ecclesiastes when he says that everything is meaningless compared to Christ. You're talking about a man that had all the money, all the women, all the popularity, anything you could ever want in this world, but he counted it meaningless to knowing Christ, to knowing God.